face, we don't need to trade. Everybody knows that the face is the play. So if the face lays top, we still go face.
It's gonna take too long. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through the game. So if you're not familiar with this, let me first, until this game starts, let me explain you what this was. So last week on Wednesday, we had the first time the series called the Pirate King of the Hill. And this is basically Impact was the chosen Pirate King to begin with. He was chosen by TCG Matchmaking. And they could invite one guest, which is like the first challenger. And then the winner of the caps, the monthly caps, and the winner of the last TCG Matchmaking Open event play each other. They play each other in a best of 3. Then their winner plays the challenger, which in this case was me, in a best of 5. And then the winner of those games plays against Impact in a best of 7. So what happened? Victini played against Metamorphosis, which was Rayleigh versus Teach. Victini won 2-0. I played against Victini. I won 3-0 against Victini. And then now it's the final best of 7, which is me versus Impact, which is GP versus Rayleigh in a PRB format. Nice to see you getting results in One Piece. We got met in MTG GP in Amsterdam a couple years ago. Oh, nice to see you. So yeah, so basically that's the game start. As you see, I'm going second, and we have this game, and I'm gonna stop the game when we see something interesting. Like here, for example, is the first interesting moment, right? Like trigger Bagua. And you can ask me what I am thinking here, right? What am I thinking by triggering this Bagua? The reason why I'm thinking of this Bagua here is because if I was at 3 Don here, this Bagua would be a no-brainer, right? Because I would go to 4 to 6, then I could play Sanji Pudding and Zorojuro, right? But if I use this Bagua here and I play Pudding, it doesn't really change the clock a lot, right? If they want to mulligan next turn, they can mulligan next turn anyway. That's why I'm thinking. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad to do it. It's not a no-brainer like most people think. Like this is not a snap trigger. When you're first, you snap trigger it. Yes, so for people who were asking, because I saw the comments, for people who were asking, the hat is a buff. This hat here, is a real buff, okay? You gain stat points. It's like an equipment. So let me just quickly say it's like an equipment, you know. Let me just say, so the game plan overall is to take 1, counter 1. That's how I play this matchup. Every turn that attack twice, I take 1 and I counter 1. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, DG. Then you clear the board and I play the pudding, right? You see, I triggered it, I play the pudding, but now they have a decision, right? They can either attack with the boa and mulligan, or they can play this. DG with a big prime. Yo, Victini. Okay, so he goes 7. Obviously, I'm gonna take, and here it's the worst case scenario, right? It's because I play the pudding. It's too early, and because he went so aggressive, he can now go like 7, 8, and I need to decide if I want to counter this 8, right? I have to like drop double 2k here to not go to 1 life, right? And obviously, this deck, Rayleigh, does not attack very big. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to counter the big hits, you know? Because most likely the moment your leader becomes 6k, they're going to start attacking 6 and 7s again. And the 2Ks are way more valuable. That's why I take the life. Yeah, but as you see, this game is really hard, right? This game, my hand was like, I triggered so I could play pudding, but I have no green Zoro. Like, this game is looking very tough. So, like, what I could do here is, now that I'm watching it back, is I could play the Zorojuro, okay? And then I could Deadman's Game the Luffy and the Brook and try to kill them with the pudding. But it does put a lot of pressure into it. It puts a lot of pressure into the hand, but it also puts a lot of pressure into me. So I find another pudding here. The thing is, I would have loved to be able to play. Let me show what I mean. I would have loved to be able to play Zorojuro here, pick a 2K, leader effect, go to 5 Dawn, and then play pudding after the leader effect to draw a card. Right? Because then I'm a 6K leader, I have set up both my puddings, and I have an extra 2K in hand. Right? I would love to do that by picking this pudding. The problem is, this 2K would not be in hand, and then I'm depending way too much on this card hitting counter, plus the draw from pudding drawing counter. And there's a very high chance I can die the turn after, depending on what he has, right? But this was definitely a play I could do. And in this spot, I was considering it. And looking back, because I'm already quite behind here, maybe it was the play to take pudding and then play Zorojuro, search a 2K, leader effect, and then play pudding with 0 open Dawn. Just because if you hit a 2K with Zorojuro and you have 3 2Ks plus the draw from pudding, like you can survive for sure, right? With 3 2Ks. And once you're on top with 2 puddings, you're in a really good spot. So looking back at it, maybe it was the play to pick pudding here. But I know for sure, now that I'm reviewing these games, I will see a lot of things I could have done better. But of course, this worked out really good for me, right? Because this turn is great for me. Now I have to say, like, he had a very weak turn, right? Like, he played Luffy plus Brook. So his hand is bad. Okay, that's how I'm thinking here. I'm thinking he doesn't have Morgan. His hand is bad because he went Luffy into Brook. So me attacking life here doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Because I'm only going to give him more options from life. So, by the way, I'm going to stop quite a bit. I hope you don't mind this, guys. Also, I don't have a lot of interaction in chat, so if somebody can say something just so I know that I'm live and everything is smooth, that would be great. Is it okay that I'm going to stop and I'm going to explain everything? Because I think the whole point of the reviewing is that, right? Yeah, okay. Perfect. Perfect. Thanks for the follow, Rinkar. So, like, that's why I don't attack with the pudding here. Because I know we're going to come back to this point. Hey, hi, Prune. So, I know we're going to come back to this point. Okay? And we're going to be like, oh, but if he was at 4 lives here, we would be in such a better spot. The problem is, if he's at 4 lives here, he also has an extra card in hand, which will impact the whole game, right? And you will see why. So I pass the turn now, and his hand is awful, right? And I'm thinking here if I'm gonna attack or not, and I pass. And you can see his hand, okay? You will see this game. These games, actually, I had a pretty good understanding of yes, this video is on YouTube. Yes, I will post it after when the tournament is done. But this video that I'm reviewing now, I will also post on my YouTube. So wait 1 second, because I need to explain this. So this is my 1 second, sorry. This is my YouTube. I will post the video of me reviewing here, so please open it, give a subscription or something. I wished you played with stages and generic list because it puts an asterisk on the match of the deck is tech. No, it only put an asterisk on the match if you're bad at the game. And I'm sorry I'm saying this, but this, guys, this is a tournament, okay? Like, you know, you are allowed to take your deck in regionals too. This is a, like, you let me say it in a different way. If you think you're not supposed to tech for your opponents, then, and you're supposed to only play stock lists, then I think you, like, it's like telling me you wish I was playing without 4 green Zoros because nobody plays 4 green Zoros. Yes, but I play 4 green Zoros. So it doesn't matter because I played in a regional this weekend. Okay? Look. I played in a regional this weekend and I played 4 green Zoros still. Okay? I played 4 green Zoros, but if you check the other lists of GP, they don't play green Zoro. So is it unfair that I play 4 green Zoro? No, I just make a decision. Anyway, my point is you need to build your deck in a way. Also, did you want me to play a 60-40 matchup in a best of 7 with a much higher chance of me losing than winning? It doesn't make sense, right? So I tried to make it closer so that we can see the 2 players shine. That's what I tried to do, or at least that's my point of view. If you think else, you're allowed to. Yeah, I could have played an L, I could have played a different deck, right? But no, I wanted to play GP. Yeah. Anyway, so here he goes 8 live, okay? And here I have a big decision because here I choose to Giant because the thing is I could double 2k here, but I feel like next turn I need something. I need something to have a chance to win this game, okay? And as you see, I play Pudding, and this Pudding hits a Nami, and now we have a situation, right? I have a decision to make here. Why? Because all of a sudden, from being full of counter, I now, from being no counter, I have full counter now. And I hit the green Zoro. And this is the most controversial turn, I think, because when I watched the Twitch chat again, and everybody said I made a mistake here. And let me explain you why I did not make a mistake here. So, what do you think I should do here, guys? Okay? What do you guys think I should do here? People were saying I should play green Zoro. Okay? Play green Zoro. Tap the Sanji. And kill the Sanji. Play green Zoro. Tap the Sanji. Kill the Brook and the Sanji. Right? So, how do you kill the Brook and the Sanji? Yeah, that's definitely not the play. Like, pressuring face is 100% not the play. Like I'm at 1 life, right? No. The problem is, if you play green Zoro here, yeah, and you attack these 2 characters, right? You attack with the Zoro, you attack with this, they get a card, they are at 5 cards in hand, and you attack twice life, they go to 8 cards in hand next turn. Okay? So they have 8 cards in hand. Are we together? And now they keep the Luffy, and you are at 1 life. And they have 8 cards in hand with all the Hakis in the world. Okay? And important information for you, I know he has 2 events.
Shambles.
Hey! Bandolero, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. Congrats on the top 8. I didn't follow any OP stuff this weekend. I just found out. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Yes, it's 2 regionals in a row now, so I'm very happy. I'm hoping I can continue doing good in this weekend as well in Germany. Yeah, so instead, what I do is I play Green Zoro, yeah, and I tap the Luffy. And I can attack 5 with the Green Zoro into the Brook.
Shambles.
Big Neil sub. Massive. Thanks for the support. Yeah, and now I get to get 3 cards from his hand. Okay? What does that mean? I get to force the Conqueror's Hakis out. Guarantee. And if the last 2 cards are bricks, I get the Luffy. Which means, because the formation are face up, then I get the Brook and the Luffy, which is best case scenario, right? Now, there is a possibility, right, that his hand is 2k, 2k, 2k. Hey, ciao fan, thanks for the sub, I appreciate it. So, there's a possibility that all 4 cards in his hand are 2ks. But, even if that is the case, as you see here, right, it needs to be that he has all events or 2ks as well, or counter as well, because he needs to keep an event in hand, and he would need to top deck an event as well. And in this case, it happens that I get punished because all 4 of his cards are counter, and he gets to keep the buff event. Okay? And now I pass the turn. And look at this board, right? Even though he still had full counter in hand, which is, it's not always the case, okay? He still needs to draw event now to be in a good spot. Right? To be in a good spot, he needs to draw event here. Do we all agree? That if he doesn't draw event here, I'm fine, actually. I'm gonna wait a bit to see, because I want to see the reaction a little bit of people. Because he can put me to 0, but I'm gonna clear everything. He's gonna have 0 cards in hand, and I can sit back with the giant plus whatever I draw from the counter left. Right? Yes. So, and he draws second pump spell. He draws second pump spell. Yes, but if he searches, he goes -1 Dawn, right? So that's less pressure. No, Boa was exactly the same as drawing this, right? Boa was exactly the same as drawing this. Because Boa puts the Dawn, it's exactly the same as naturally drawing it. Exactly the same. And now, you could say, I get punished. Right? You could say, I get punished. But as you see, a lot of things... Yeah, so it's exactly the same. So Boa is exactly the same. Because you have to sack the Boa, right? So it's exactly the same. So, of course, here I was, if you rewatch this, I was a bit tilted. And guys, all the reactions you see here is while I'm playing, I'm locked in, okay? I'm just reacting how I react, okay? Like, this is just my how I talk when I'm in the zone. So, yeah, like, don't take any of the things I said, like, too hard. Yes, exactly. So basically, drawing this event is the same or the best you can do. Okay? So, and now I know I need a 2k counter to survive, right? Because he can go like 10 something. So I need a 2k here because it's 10-10. Yes, but it's not about only an event. It's also, it needs to be the correct event, right? Because he needs to draw an event, or he needs to draw a searcher that hits an event. So, and now he goes 10 and I have a 2k. Okay? And I survive. So through all that, right? The fact that he had 2Ks in hand, and through all that, yes, exactly. So I got lucky with the 2K here. But on average, if he draws any event that's not a pump event, right? And he cannot afford to keep the pump spell in hand, right? Then I don't need anything. Because we are only in this case because he had exactly full counter in hand and he could keep an event and then he drew an event. And I'm just sharing my point of view here, guys, okay? Because imagine he had a brick in hand, like, or a Rush Zoro, or a Molgan or something, right? It would not matter. Okay, so now I could also draw Rush Luffy, right? I could have also drawn Rush Luffy here and I would have won. But of course I have to go for game here. And now I need to think on how to go for game. Now, realistically, I made a mistake here. And the mistake here is actually, it can matter a lot. It didn't affect this game at all. But this deck plays as triggers, plays Molgan, but it also plays King on Gatling. And we did not see it yet in this game. So what I should actually do is when I go 5 with Nami, I have to first put a Dawn on the Zoro here. Why? Because if he triggers the Gatling, then he doesn't have anything to pop. I need to first put one Dawn on the Zoro no matter what here when I attack with the Nami. That's the one thing I should do for sure. Because I do say it in the video, but this 5 with Nami is correct. Right? But this should have been a Dawn on the Zoro here. In case this was Gatling, then this would not die. So we continue. And now I have to make a choice, right? I can go 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, or I can go 6, 7, 7, 9, 9. The problem is, against this deck, you can't attack 7 into 3 cards, right? So I chose to go 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. And the reason why I go 8, it's because in 3 cards, it's more likely he has brick 2k, 1k with his deck than brick 1k, 1k. Okay? So then I need to hope that the variants will hit the brick on the 4th card so I can kill with a 9. Right? In this case, if as you see, if I went 6 and then 6 again, I would have won. Because then I could go 6, 7, 8, and now it would have been 9, 9. Right? And if the last card is a brick, I would have won, basically. But of course, it's hindsight. I think the attacks I did was correct. You should go 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. That's what you should do. And because it's very likely he will have an event. You know, it's Rayleigh with so many 2k events. And this was game 1. So very, very close game. And I think this was a very nice introduction to the game. It was not, right? It was guaranteed if I go 6-6, I win. If I went 6 there was a Zoro in life, look. No, that's not the game, Niels, no. But if I went 6-6, then 7-8-9-9, I would have won. But it's very awkward to attack 6 into 2 cards against this deck. You know? No, it's not the deck I played 2 Green Zoro. No. But it was a good and Impact even says this here. Even says this. Like, why did you not kill the Sanji? Okay? Like, you will see. You will read the chat. And I did read a lot of you in the chat that he's helping me. He's helping me with the play or something. He's not helping me. I don't think he understands how I play against the deck either. Here, this one. Yeah, it's bad. It's really like it's bad to attack the Sanji there. Why? Because I don't actually like put myself in a situation in a winning position. You know, I let him keep like obviously like how do I say this? So 1 second. Let me see. We're at 15. So in this spot exactly that we are, right? This spot here that we are, instead of him having 1 card in hand, yeah, he would have no Sanji, no Brook. He would have the Luffy. I would be in the exact same spot as this. Okay? Wait. I would be in the exact same spot as this. Let me see. Here. This here. Come on, baby. Here. I would be in the exact same spot as this. Without the Sanji. Okay? And he would have 8 cards in hand, guys. 8. How is this ever better for me? He splits twice. He puts me to 0. And now I have to play the whole game, the rest of the game, from 0, with him having 2 Conqueror's Hakis and 8 cards in hand. It's not better. Like, and if you think it's better, you're just being results oriented and not seeing that how close this game was. Right? So, anyway, the only mistake. So the only mistake I made this game that's like very, very important is the fact that I didn't put the Dawn on the Zoro here. That was the big mistake I did this game. But overall, I played this game very well, I think. Not putting a Dawn on the Zoro when I attacked with the Nami was the biggest mistake I did. Yes. Like the odds of him having enough counter to save the Luffy and keep the armament and draw a second event are very low. Okay, that's basically what this is. I think turn 2 was debatable. Turn 2. You mean playing the pudding? This turn. What was debatable about this turn? You could play Zoro. But why? But how is this better? Because I just explained you that if he went for investment here to play, if he went for investment here to play, I wanted to play Zorojuro, Leader Effect, and Pudding. Because if I stayed at 2 life here, right? If I could stay at 2 life here, I would have went. Let's say this was not a 7, right? And then you play Sanji Pudding and what other thing? Yes, but now I have a 6k in play instead of a 7k. And I have turn 3, then play Sanji Pudding. What other thing? I can't double pudding then. Then I can't double pudding if I Juro. Anyway, that's not the point. It does matter because as you see, it attacks into the board way better. If he goes 9 or 8. No, because if he goes 8, I only have 2Ks, guys. So why does it matter? I only have 2Ks. So if he goes 8, it's the same. Yep, I just explained this. That you never counter these big hits early. Because later they only attack small hits. They attack small hits. So you want to save the counter after your 6k leader. You need SP for the long game? Oh, okay. Anyway. This game was very good. And we go to the second game now. So, I skipped too much. So, we are now... I am second. Yes, but it's okay to go to 1 life. It's totally fine to go to 1 life, right? Okay, so you saw the game. Did you think I would have been a better spot if I was at 2 lives without counter in hand? Yeah, if he mulligans by pudding there, I'm in a great spot, you know? So, anyway. So, I mean, this game, no pudding, but I have Juro and Green Zoro, right? So, pretty good hand. And I draw from live pudding, so this is perfect, right? So, I'm on 4 dawn now, and I have a decision. I can play Green Zoro and attack 5 here, but obviously, you always want to develop the 6k first. Yeah, I get that. But I'm telling you, I would be in a worse spot if I had 2 lives, no counter, than 1 life with 2Ks in hand. Counter has more value after your 6k leader. So I go Zoro Juro, he goes Luffy, very basic game, very standard game. So, I mean, nothing special here. But you have to also understand that at this, and as you see, I take the lives. You're going to ask me, why do you not 2k, 1k this? Keep this in mind now, okay? I took this 7. I could have 2k, 1k, right? Now, I want you to for the rest of the game, see how impact attacks into my 6k leader. And then you tell me why you think I didn't do that. And this is a very interesting turn. This is probably the most interesting turn of all of them. I think that's the turn that Niels is talking about. Because here I have 2 decisions, right? I can pudding, leader effect, Green Zoro, and attack into the Luffy or kill one of the 2 characters. Or I can play 2 Green Zoro. Right? I can Zoro, leader, Zoro. So what does this so I'm thinking here, what's better? And basically this play here makes it very it's very hard for him to counter this, right? Because he knows I'm gonna Zoro and leader into it. So this trade is free basically. Here. Because he will never counter this. Right? So there was an argument actually to tapping this one and attacking 6 into it. Because then he knows I can attack 6 and 6 again into it. The problem with that play is that now if I attack 6, 6, 6 into this, right? and I'm a 5k leader, and he gets to keep 2 cards in hand, now I'm actually in trouble. So the difference between this play and the last turn is that I already had puddings invested last time. This time I don't. So I can't take the gamble of him not having counters now. That's why I go for the small characters now instead. But now that he lets the... Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It will be on my YouTube, so you can watch it then. And thanks for the top 8. Congratulations. So now I can leader effect, and I can play Green Zoro and kill the boa as well. And this also allows me to keep the characters active. So this turn, right? It's not your common turn. Because you don't want to go down on Dawn so early. But what this actually does is it really controls how much damage I take. And it allows my pudding to draw a card next turn. Because now when I play this pudding, I will draw a card. And this matchup, it's all about resource management. Right? And of course, now he untaps and doesn't have any character to play. And that helps me a lot, right? Because this turn is super awkward from his point of view. Because he doesn't have a character to play here. But you will see what I mean, right? He goes 10, I take, I search for like I don't need a third giant here, right? Like Deadman's Game, it would be more beneficial if he was planning to play Luffy. So now he attacks 10-10. I counter, and now I stabilized. Now I stabilized. Because I can clear the Luffy. I can put pressure live. Yes, exactly. So it's different than the first game. So now I kill the Luffy. I pressure live a bit. And also, a very common thing you see through these games, guys. I don't risk mulligan triggers from live. I don't attack live when there is a 6k in play. Because if there is a mulligan in live, I die instantly. So I do my best to be under control of the game when I attack live. So you see, now I took control of the game. Now I can attack live. And because I'm at 1 life with a Bagua in hand, I'm stable. Even if he swings 15 now, I can always just take the life. Right? So now we have stabilized. It's a very risky play to do what I did with the double Zoro. But once you play this matchup more, you will realize it's something you do more often. Because now I allow myself to play more aggressive, and I took over the game, right? Like Morgan will get you sometimes. You can't do anything. And you see here, now he attacks board. Which you would think it's crazy, right? Like, look at this. He attacks board here. Because he knows he can never kill me now in like 2 turns. So he knows he needs to stick something on the board and survive 2 more turns. Because he will go... Guys, don't say what the fuck. He will play... Look at the play, okay? I know his cards in hand. I know he will play Sanji plus Morgan. Okay? He searched the Sanji and he searched the Morgan last turn. So I know he's going to go Sanji Morgan. 7-0 leader is just a 2k. So obviously he attacks the Zoro here to give him more time, right? And of course I'm thinking about Bagua here. And as you see, because I know he's going to go Sanji Morgan, I do the Bagua. And the Bagua is just there, so I can play Rush Luffy now, put the pressure, and set up lethal for next turn, right? That's basically all that is. But of course, you play Nami first, you pick an event just to be safe. And then you attack with everything before you play Rush Luffy. Because if he doesn't counter and he goes very greedy, you don't have to commit the Luffy. Right? So... But now I have to commit the Luffy, in my opinion. So I play the Luffy. I leader effect. I'll go 6. Because here, if he Morgan triggers, I don't mind. Because there is no 6k, right? If he Morgan triggers the Luffy here, I'm okay with it. And I'm just going to pass now with 2 Open Dawn and 2 Giants. And he's at 1 life. It's almost impossible for him to survive next turn, right? Like, he needs to make like a... Like, he needs to attack the board here to survive. And if he attacks the board to survive, I'm not dead the turn after either. Right? Because I have infinite counter in hand, basically. So now this is checkmate, right? Because now he's attacking board. But if he attacks board instead of life, he will never... what do you call it? If he attacks board instead of life, he doesn't even set up lethal for the turn after, right? So... But this game was very, very well played. I don't see anything I did wrong here. In this game. And I mean, here I'm just going to clear. Because I don't need to go for game here, right? I'm just going to play my Rush Luffy. Put him at 0. Survive this turn. And then we good. Right? I don't need to do anything here. Anything crazy here. Just going to untap with my 3 Dawn. Go 5 life, 7 life. And just deal with this. The reason why I went 5 first, because he can't afford to take it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah. I mean, this game, he's just going to go for game, and I have 100 events, right? So I cannot die. Yeah. Yes. Some people would say B-U-T fall. Even. Wait, what is it? B-U-T fall. But I will just let this game finish for all of you. You will see. He goes 10. I'm thinking, how much can he do? And can I ever die if I take this? Right? Because I'm thinking now, because I know he plays 3 armament hackies. What if his hand is plus... here I was counting for Gatling plus 3 armaments. Right? And that's 1, 2, that's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus 3. That's 13, that's 18. Do I die to 18? That's what I was thinking. And actually, I exactly do not die to 18. Right? I exactly do not die to 18. Because that's 10, 14, 17, 19. Right? So I can just take this. But obviously now I just trigger the Bagua because it's super guaranteed. But I know that if he has all the buffs in his hand, possible in the game, I'm still alive. So that's why I did it. Do you have any questions now, chat? This is the time to ask the questions. While we're waiting for the second game. So yeah, so this is game 3. He chose to go second, of course, which makes sense. And now I'm playing my first curve. And I actually... What is a good moment to clean the Sanjis? So my hand is really good here. But his hand is also super good. Right? So both our hands are good here. Both our hands are very good here. Like if this boy hits event, his hand is perfect. My hand, if I hit a pudding, my hand is perfect as well. Right? So the difference is he is on his second curve, which it's worse for me. That's the only thing, right? Feels good to be panicking. I mean, it was nice, to be honest. I don't know if people... But you see, I don't attack on 3. And then he attacks 5 here, and I take. Or I actually think, yeah, I take, and it's Nami Searcher. And the Nami Searcher hits no pudding. Okay, so at this point, I'm thinking, will it be one of the non-pudding games? Okay, so I am 11 cards deep in my deck. Well, 16 cards deep in my deck. And I don't see, I haven't seen a pudding yet. But all I'm thinking is, I'm gonna green Zoro next turn. Right? So it doesn't really matter. Let's just take counter because I have the turns already, like, say, mapped. Right? And I'm just thinking here, if he doesn't have Luffy, I'm in a great spot. What I don't understand in this spot is why he didn't go 5 with Boa, 6 with Boa first, and then 7 with Leader. That's what I didn't understand here. And then I see that he doesn't want to attack with the Boa. Which actually it makes sense as a play. And now I draw the pudding, which is great, right? Because now I can I can pudding, then I can Leader effect, attack with Green Zoro, with Zorojuro for 4, and then ramp into Green Zoro. I don't think so. I think I lost this game. I think I lost this game. Because he was up to 1. So I go Green Zoro, and the thing is, I could play pudding here, right? And attack with the Zorojuro and play Green Zoro. But that only kills one of his characters. Because then I only tap 1. Well, I can also do the double Green Zoro again play and set up the pudding draw like I did the previous game with my Dawn, right? And this is what happened here. I will Leader effect. I will Green Zoro. I'll tap something here. And I'm thinking here which one to kill. And I'm very confident that it's the Sanji that you're supposed to kill, even though they draw a card. And then keep everything active. Why? Because I don't want my board to die. Having board is everything in this matchup, as you see. The one who has the board wins the game. So I'm in a great spot here. Yeah? Like, this game looks amazing for me. But he finds second Luffy into Baggy, which is like best case scenario for him, right? Because, like, imagine if this event doesn't hit Luffy here, he's cooked, right? But of course, I draw very well, so he draws very well as well. So this is a very, very, very cool game, right? Because I hit my cards and he hits his cards, right? So we're both playing good games now. And of course, I let the Juro die. And now, look at the spot I am, right? It's amazing. I am with 2 Zoros in play. I have a pudding. I have 3 lives. And I have a good amount of cards in hand. And I think here is where I made a mistake, actually. Because I think I had this game. I think here is where I attack. And I should not have attacked. Or not. Maybe not. Here I should not attack. Because attacking here, that's exactly what I told you not to do. Okay. I didn't make a mistake. I didn't. Okay. Because attacking here, that's exactly what I told you not to do, right? Which is risk a Mulligan trigger that basically completely loses you the game if this pudding dies. Right? And also gives them more cards in hand, which is unnecessary. Right? So now he hits third Luffy. Okay? So at this point, I'm thinking the worst thing that can happen for me is another Luffy into Mulligan, right? That would be worst case scenario. Fortunately, he searches first, so he can't do that anymore. So he just attacks here with leader and then pops my pudding. And this is the kind of game where you see the mulligans will matter a lot, right? Because every time my pudding dies and I don't have another pudding to play, I run out of cards. And this was like, it doesn't often happen what happens now. But I ran out of Juros, all the searchers, and puddings. So in this case, it's the first game I get outvalued. And here was Mulligan trigger live last turn? No, but last turn definitely I don't attack because then I give him a card, right? So I don't want that. But here I had 3 attacks, right? There was an argument to attacking. But here I said, in this spot, I said I need pudding and Dead Man's Game. And I drew it. So now I'm in a great spot, right? I can pudding and I can Dead Man's Game and I can tap 2 things and I can even leave up and down. But I am not really sure what happened exactly here, but I think I made a mistake here. Because I think I actually tapped the Luffy and the Dawn, when in reality, I should tap 2 small things and leave a Dawn open. Because as long as he doesn't have a mulligan in hand, I'm in a great spot, right? This, if I kill the boa and the baggy, or let's say the boa and the baggy, right? With the leader. Oh, I tapped the Luffy and the boa. I think that's fine, actually. Because that forces 2 cards. Yeah, I think it's okay. I thought I tapped the Dawn here. But this is okay because this forces 2 cards from the hand and the Haki. Sorry, it forces the Haki plus 1 card plus it kills the boa. And now I'm in a good spot, right? I just need him to not have 4th Luffy, right? I need him to not have the 4th copy of Luffy and mulligan in hand. And he draws the searcher, and the searcher hits another searcher, and now he swings 5 into the Zoro, which I have to leave. And now I'm thinking, worst case scenario he can go is this, Dono leader, right? Attack big into the Zoro Juro, and then the event hits mulligan here, and I'm cooked. But you understand, okay? If this event hits mulligan, then basically he drew the best possible, like it doesn't get better, right? Like he basically played 4 Luffys in a row, right? Isn't this the 4th Luffy? Or no, sorry, it's the 3rd Luffy. It's the 3rd Luffy, right? But then it's Luffy mulligan, right? It's like I drew super good, but he also drew super good, and he's favored when he goes 2nd. So these are the games where it's very hard to point out, right? Because we both drew insanely good, but he had the dice roll in a favorable matchup. So, and he hits mulligan right here, and he mulligans my pudding. And now I'm in a much worse spot, right? Because now his board is massive, my pudding is gone, I don't have a pudding, and yeah, even though he has 1 card in hand, right? Like, I lost all momentum. But from this game on, the game is just very tough, right? I have to play Nami, and I have to hit a pudding, and if this Nami doesn't hit a pudding, I'm cooked. And it doesn't, but it hits Green Zoro. And I'm thinking that if I take the Green Zoro, that I can't take a Giant. But the problem is, Giant is not good here, right? Because like every time I Giant here, I'm going down on Dawn, and I'm also going down on Dawn from leader affecting. So this game is the definition of why Rayleigh is a bad matchup, you know? Because in theory, they can always keep you away from having pudding effect, which it makes it very hard on your Dawn, you know? I mean, the green Zoro can kill the Luffy here. But, and here I have to develop. You see, I go 6 here, but I have to develop here. Like passing with open dawn does nothing. I think I picked the giant here. Because I have accepted the fact that this game, I'm gonna go live here twice with the green Zoro and the Zoro Juro, I think. Or no, never mind. That I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna go live full next turn, survive, because this turn I'm gonna survive for sure, right? With the way the board is. But then I'm gonna take the 2 lives turn, and all I have to do is survive the next swing and kill him in 2 turns, right? That's the game plan. So he draws searcher event here. I don't remember what he searched actually. And he goes 8. I take. I mean, he can't go 10-10 anymore, so that's good for me. I obviously don't trigger this 0 cost event. Like, he can go 8-10 here, right? But I can always counter the second 8. He can go 9-10 here. Because of the boost event, but because I don't have a 7k in play, it's only +3. Here I 0 cost and I drop the Luffy. Maybe that's a mistake, to be honest. Why is even trigger bad? Like, why would I throw my Gatling away? Why would I throw my Gatling away to throw 2 Dawn away to Giant rather than just Gatling the attack? Like, using Gatling instead of Giant here, right, basically saves me a Dawn and keeps me the Giant for next turn. While if I trigger the Gatling, I have to throw the Giant and lose a Dawn. I don't need to Giant to survive, right? So I get to keep all my Dawn. I get to keep an extra Dawn, and I get to keep the Giants for next turn. Now he goes 7, I 2k. Shall I put it faster, guys, or is the speed okay? Shall I put it on higher speed, or is the speed okay? I can do X2 if you think it's too slow. No, it's 1.5 now. Yeah, here he doesn't play the Sanji, which I don't think is correct. But I think he's scared I'm gonna kill him with Rush Luffy. Niels. I think the reason why he didn't play it, he's scared based on the first game that I'm gonna go for game to kill him here. And he wanted to keep the 1k counter in hand. Because I know he has Gatling in hand, right? He showed me before. I know there is a Gatling there. So I just clear the board here. I'm surprised he counters there, to be honest. But here I get Nami. I drop Pudding. Pudding is great because it's a card that replaces itself, so then I can use for Giants. Right, I kill that. Then I go 5 life. Then I play Pudding. And I attack life. And I set up lethal for next turn. And this game actually looks good, right? This looks like I'm winning. But he takes 2 events. He goes 6 life. And the Zoro actually matters a lot here. Because now I have to Giant. And I have to throw away something, right? And if I throw the Luffy away here, I would have probably won. If I threw the Giant away, but it's impossible for me to know that because the thing is, if these two are bricks and I throw the giant, I'm dead. Right? So on hindsight, it would have been better to throw the giant away. But if I throw the giant and I draw 2 bricks, I die to any rush character, right? So that's why I have to keep the giant here and not the Luffy. So... Oh, and if I take to double giant, you think it's better to go 5 phase instead of killing the Brook? No, because can you imagine if he had another 6k here? He would have 3 more 6k. He would have another 6k attack here. Can you imagine this turn with a Brook in play? It would be even worse. Yes, but you see he does it here. And he does it here as well. 4 Dawn for 6k attack. You see, this Zoro is 4 Dawn for an 6k attack. How is it fine? So the amount of 6k swings are impactful. Yes, okay. And you would have survived. But that's only because I drew counter from the first giant. Right? I only survived because the first giant drew counter. You don't die next turn anyways. You might as well die by throwing the giant than the Luffy. Don't you die next turn anyways? No. How do I die next turn? Look at my hand. Where's my hand? How do I die next turn? Now, this is where you're wrong, actually. And this is where I made the biggest mistake of the tournament this turn. So let's play it out. Let's play it out and then I will explain. So I go 5 life and he's thinking and he conquers Hakis, okay? Which makes sense. And now I go 5 again. Which makes sense because, I mean, he countered the 5, so I might as well, right? It doesn't matter if you go with this one or that one, it doesn't matter. But I now go 5, and I know this is a brick. Okay? I know this is a brick, guys. He showed it to me. So now I go 7. Okay? And I go... And now I can split. How would you attack here? How would you attack here, chat? He's at 1 life. And I have 0 and leader effect still. I can still leader effect. It's 8-8 or 7-9, no? Yes. Yeah. What would you do of the two? Against Rayleigh. Would you try to kill with a 9 into 3 cards? Or with an 8 on 3 cards? What do you think is more likely? Why 8-8 against Rayleigh? Isn't it more likely? Isn't it more likely he has after the last life 9? Yeah, but Conqueror is 1 card. So if you go 8-8, it means you hope that it's Conquerors plus 2 bricks. Right? You hope that it's Conquerors plus 2 bricks. If it's Conquerors, then you should go 7, right? Because, like, no way, right? So if you want to go for game, it's 8-9. But actually, it's not. It's none of the two. Because if I was good at the game, I would have played Nami here. Yes, that's what I did. I went 7-9. And he countered the 7. And the reason why I went 7-9, I can't 9-9. I can 8-9. So the reason why I did this is because I am thinking that if he counters the 7, I can still kill the Zoro. Yeah? And maybe survive. Because I still have Giant and Bagua, right? I still have Giant and Bagua. It's possible I survive here. Because look, I'm going to leader effect. I'm going to play Nami. And I'm going to survive. Right? That's how I thought. But what I should have done, actually, was play Nami. Okay? Over this Zoro. This Dawn goes back to the Dawn deck. Okay? And now I have the Nami played for free. Which gives me 1 Dawn. There was no character with 2 Dawn. So I could not do this. And then I untap with leader. And now I can go 8-9. Okay? Then I could go 8-9 instead of 7-9. Zorojuro has 2 Dawn. Over the pudding to around event, no? Yeah, but I'm gonna do that. I have not attacked with the Zorojuro yet, guys. Anyway. So I could attack bigger here and won for the game. What I was thinking though, I was thinking something else. I was thinking I'm gonna leader effect. Okay. I'm gonna play the Nami. And I'm gonna replace the pudding so that I don't have a 7k on the field anymore. So that he can't Gatling for +4. And then I'm gonna kill the Zoro. Which is a very good play. It's a very good play. But it's a very good play if I didn't already have a better lethal attack because of the Nami. Right? So this play is not bad. It's just, it's awful if you think about me. I could have went for lethal better. Right? So, like, my thought process here is definitely not bad. If I leader effect first, by the way, with pudding, I have 1 less Dawn open. That's why I did it like that. But obviously now he can go 6-6 life and then everything, right? And now I am hoping I draw something from the Giant, basically. So here, it's all depends on the Giant draw. But if I played correct here, I would have won. Because I think the last life was like a 1k or something. But 8-8 is never the play. But I don't remember exactly what the last life was. Oh, I'm thinking about playing the Sanji here, by the way. If it's correct to play the Sanji, but it's not correct to play the Sanji, right? I need Dawns to hope to draw into. Oh, sorry. So I pass, he draws Boa, And this is what I'm saying, guys, okay? Like imagine here, you know he has that, right? And even now, I might be okay actually. But even after all of this here, he draws Boa into boost event. It's like I can't catch a break, you know? But I deserve this. Because I deserve to get punished for not playing properly. But you can understand now why I thought of not going for game when it's not guaranteed. Because I was very likely alive here, right? He has one card in hand. I know it's a boost event, right? There is a chance he doesn't draw event here. Like imagine he draws like a Sanji here, right? Or like a 2k Brook. But the two boost events make massive difference, right? In this case, I drew nothing, so it wouldn't have mattered, right? But the fact that he has this makes it guaranteed, right? So then there is no reason for him to do anything else. But I threw this game. I think the life was not a 2k. If it's a 2k, then it's a brick. You see. So this game I should have won. If I played the Nami over the Zoro, I would have went 8-9 and I would have won this game. So every decision matters. Like everything matters. So here I just play Nami, I'm second, and I'm vibing. So this looks good. As I told you, I usually take the first one. Here I'm considering countering the first one because I know he can go big. But actually I don't mind if he uses the Boa here. Right? Like it's good for me if he uses this Boa. So he attacks here, I 2k. And now I can basically green Zoro and kill everything, right? So that's pretty good for me. I tap the Boa, I swing into the Boa with the Zoro and the leader into the baggy, right? And now he has to Luffy Brook. I think you would have to leader one of your active Dawn. So you would have to attack 8 with Zorojuro and play the Nami over him. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Like both plays are winning, right? Both plays are winning. It doesn't matter how you do it. I could attack more if I played the Nami and then leader effect. That's all that matters. If I played the Nami over a character, it doesn't matter how much Dawn like the character had, right? Because you only get one of the values back. Because one of the Dawns you lose to the Nami. So as long as the character had one Dawn over it, that's all that matters. Because you lose one Dawn to the Nami anyway. So you can only plus one. But yeah, this is interesting game because I don't actually have a play to do next to the pudding here. So this, even though I'm second, it looks really bad. This turn looks pretty bad. So instead, I aim to go for the Nami to hopefully hit a green Zoro so I can attack into the Luffy. And it's easy to say here, if you're watching this, just play pudding, you know? But I don't know he doesn't have Morgan. And you have to understand that every turn he played Morgan. Like every turn I had pudding in play, he played Morgan. So for me, I'm like, he has Morgan in hand for sure, right? There's no way I just... So I really need to think about this. Can I afford to get Morgan here? And I decide that I'm going to leader effect and I'm going to pass because I want to play pudding here, stay at efficient enough Dawn, okay? So that my pudding plus Zoro next turn draws a card, okay? That's why I did it like that. Just because I need to find a way to go minus Dawn a bit so that I can draw with the next pudding. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. He just played Luffy Boa, and now he's gonna play like he's just gonna attack, right? And just leave some open down. So I plus 3 these, and then he attacks 7, and I think I take this. And now I can play second pudding, which draws a card, and now I'm in a great spot, right? Because now I can attack into the board and I can play the pudding. I mean, he already had a Luffy in play, right? So he's already developed. The thing is, if he conquers here, I can still go 6 with the pudding, right? So that's fine. So here I'm thinking, does it make sense for me to kill the Luffy, or is it better to develop, right? I have to choose between 10, kill the Luffy, or 6 into the Luffy and develop the Zorojuro. And I choose to go 10. I think he lets it go because otherwise he loses all events, right? And now he has to start going 6s. Which is not great for me because I don't have a lot of counter. But of course, I don't know he has 2 Zoros in hand, right? I think I 0 cost this into the event. Yes, but I took 3 hits. That's the difference, right? I took the hit from the Brook, the leader, and the Luffy. It's the same board state, but I took 3 hits. And I'm low on counter. So if you don't leader effect there, you just get cooked. I take a 2k. I could have taken a pudding here, but it's unnecessary, right? I'm just gonna leader effect, and I'm just gonna sit back all my events and just be good. Like all I have to do here is find a giant, right? All that matters here is finding a giant. I found no counter, and I was worried here, to be honest. But I still have my event, and the event hits a giant, and then I'm good now, right? Because I mean, I went 13 cards deep this turn. So, I mean, I was going to find it at some point, right? But now he needs to decide what he's going to do. And obviously, it's the easiest decision here is just to go 15 life, right? Or 16 life with the event. But he actually decides to do this play, which is, it's very interesting that he did this, right? Because 15 life is very good here. Like it forces both giants and like it forces me to kill him next turn. So I'm actually surprised he did this here. The 6 life, which is good for me actually. This 6 life here is really good for me because he's going for the mulligan on the pudding. But what he doesn't understand here, what's not good here is I get to keep both giants here. And now I can set him up easily for game. That was great for me, you know? Because now I can kill the Zoro, put him into range of Rush Luffy. Like now I won, right? Because now the lethal is set. He doesn't leave another turn for sure. And I have the counter. It would have been much worse for me if he went 15 life, actually. And here I can play Rush Luffy, but it's unnecessary, right? I have enough damage on board to kill him. So it would have been much worse for me if he just went 15, 16 life there. Because now it doesn't matter how much counter he has, right? He has to go for it. And I have 2 giants, so I'm fine. So this is 2-2. And this is game 3. Are you guys thinking of enjoying this? How is this? Do you find this interesting? What do you think? It's interesting for me to see me play, right? Because Because it's different when they are playing and when you're watching this again. I prefer this. This is great. Field educational. Okay, cool. Nice. So, and now he chooses to go second and I'm first. And the way it looks like now, we're going one by one, right? He won one, I won one, he won one, I won one. So somebody has to break the ice. I have a job too. So, I mean, and now this happens. And I can tell you, at this point, guys, it's 2 a.m. Okay? It's 2 a.m. in the morning. And I whiff a fucking Nami search. Okay, I want you to do this math, okay? I play 36 targets. I play 36 targets, guys. Do you know that the chance is 0.03% that this Nami whiffs? It happens 3 times in 10,000 games. If I play 10,000 games, it's supposed to happen 3 times. But I was like, okay, well, I'm cooked now. I was like, yep, we're cooked. We whiffed the searcher with 36 targets. So, in this game... yeah, and one of them, that means are in hand already, right? So, I mean, okay, so, but he plays Luffy, and with Luffy, he only plays a searcher, right? Which is a very good sign for me. Because that means he doesn't have anything big to play here. This is getting very long. I need to want to speed this up a bit more. So, I'm thinking here, and I'm gonna kill the searcher. I'm gonna play Zorojuro. I found the pudding, which is great, and then I will pass, right? Is it? I don't think it's higher, actually. We're not planning of a part 2, but it depends on what people react. So he goes 5, I take. I think I counted this too because I know he can go like really big, right? No, okay, I take because I'm gonna dead man's game here to counter this. But like, I mean, this hand looks doomed, right? I don't even know his hand, but if I knew his hand is like Zoro plus Molgan, I would be like, I'm fucked, right? There's nothing I can do to win this game. But I counter this 7. He attacks 6 here. And I 2k. And now I made it through this turn with 2 lives, which is massive. So I'm now thinking, what's the best way for me to actually like to stabilize this game, right? And that's pudding, leader effect, and all on Luffy. Or no, kill the Bagi and play Zorojuro because I need to build the board, right? And the only card I can pick is Usohachi, so I almost whiffed this Zorojuro too. And now he can attack life or the Juro, which I let go. Which I don't think it's correct to attack the Juro there. I think it was much better for him to attack the like face there, because now I actually get a breathing room for a second, right? Because I don't care about my Juro dying, because his Luffy will die either way, right? I can attack very big into the Luffy, But the fact that I get to keep the life matters a lot. Like the counter here, keeping the counter mattered a lot this game. And you will see what I mean. Because now I can attack 6 into the Luffy. And he's thinking, but he knows I can attack big with leader after, right? So I just go 9 into the Luffy. And now he needs to make a call. And he counters. But now, it happens exactly what I was expecting to happen on average, right? Which is he doesn't have events. You see? Now, it happens what I would usually expect to happen. It's when he counters so aggressively, he won't have events anymore in hand to use leader effect. And if he doesn't have events, I can bag one to survive this turn. Right? I 2k this, then I bag one the next hit. Because without the events, there is only a specific amount of, like he can only attack as much, right? But still, I'm gonna be at 0 here. It's not like an amazing spot to be, right? But as long as I hit something with the Zorojuros here, I'm fine, right? Because I get to look at what 10 cards while having a giant in hand, right? And I think I actually did not play a giant this game, so I'm guaranteed to hit a giant actually with the Juros. So I want to clear the board first to guarantee, because I don't know what's in his hand. I know it's not 2 events, right? But I don't know it's 2 bricks, for example. So I hit another giant here, and I'm chilling, right? Because now I can leader effect. I can attack 7 into the air, 7 into life, and pass with like this massive board, right? And the thing is, here he's gonna go 6. I'm gonna giant, and I'm gonna throw the Luffy because I don't even need the Luffy, right? Like I could potentially even go another turn here with 2 giants. Yeah, it was the first game that I didn't attack with Pudding. But this is the game that matters the most, right? Because this is where momentum shifts completely, you know? Because now I go Pudding, leader effect, and I'm just chilling, right? Because I can just attack with all the characters. I can attack like 5, 5, 5, 5. And I just sit back. I mean, we're in the same spot, right? Like, as you see, he's triggering Mulligans, as you see. And like all these games, guys, if you attacked at the start, you would have died to this Mulligan, right? This 4th life Mulligan, you would have lost this game if you attacked life, for example. But because I wait so much to take control of the game before I attack, I allow myself to not lose to those cards. Now I put him to 1, I have him dead, right? Like, I don't even need to attack with the leader here. I think I just go 6, right? Because it doesn't actually matter. Because there's no way he survives the turn after. Oh, I go 7? Okay, sure. Because I have a 1k, it doesn't matter, right? Because he's gonna go 6 with the baggy, and I can 1k, and now he boosts. And then he goes, oh, like here, he did this play. Like this play to me, it's so awkward. I don't know why he does this. Like this 6 with Zoro here is bad, guys. Because if he just puts these 4 Dawns into the leader, it's exactly the same as me using Giant. Right? But if I have a 1k, this 6 is really bad. Like really bad. Yes, it's the same versus Giant, but if I have a 1k, it's infinitely worse, this Zoro hit. Right? Like imagine this pudding was a 1k here. This attack would look like, what the fuck? What's happening? And actually, in this case, because I have +3, it matters. Because even in this case, it's worse. Right? And here, it's 3-2. And now I have the momentum, right? Because I think Ruben cut it. And on this spot, he disconnects. Okay? And he's like, so we just replayed the game because at this point, right? I can still play Green Zoro. I can clear everything he has on the field, and I have 2 giants, right? So you can't 100% say who's gonna win. So, and because he disconnected, like, what can I say about this? But is the stream down? Guys, is the stream down? It tells me there is 0 viewers, so it's a little bit weird. Okay. Sorry about that. But and then we just replayed this game. Anyway, fast forward to game 4, F6. And game 6, he opens the like Luffy Sanji again into Baki, finds Molgan, and he Molgans my pudding. Okay, so again the same like the typical stuff. Now I can play Searcher event, I can play pudding, and I can leader effect and play the Zoro Juro, and then again I won the attack. So it's one of those typical games. And now I'm thinking if I attack with the Juro and I don't attack, and the reason why I don't attack with the Juro is because if I actually attack with this Juro here, I can't draw with the pudding next turn. Sure, the disconnect happened on both sides, but I think actually Ruben could not connect to his stream after. So while I was live the whole time, right? So the only reason I'm saying this is because so not people come and say like I disconnected or something, like some stupid excuses, you know. The only reason I said it like that is so that people don't come like, oh my god, Kepa's disconnected on purpose or something. I don't know, like some yeah. Anyway, but the reason why I don't attack with the Zorojuro here is because then I won't be able to draw with pudding. So yeah, so this game goes. He's gonna think a bit here, and he's gonna swing 6. I'm gonna counter, of course, because I know that it's like there could be possibility. No, it does not work with Smoker at all. No. Smoker, you have to pressure them because the difference with Smoker is it's a 4 life leader Smoker. So they die way easier. And they don't have Conqueror's Haki. So you can't compare the two. In Smoker, you actually play aggressive and you kill them. So, I mean, this game looks really, really grim, right? Like, I'm at 1. He has... Actually, this game looks okay, actually. So I Deadman's game, and I tap the thing, and now I can clear everything. Right? Because now the Juro will give me a Dawn. I'm in an amazing spot. Right? I have all the Dawns open. Like, this looks great for me. So I kill the Luffy. Now the Zoro Juro. And all I'm thinking is, how can I kill the Luffy here while still keeping a Dawn open, while still keeping my Dawns open so I don't die. Right? And I decide that the only way to do this is to kill the Buggy, kill the Sanji, and then attack 6 into the Luffy, just get a card that way. You know? Because I need to leave 3 Dawn open to survive. I think I actually hit face here, and I just... This is the only moment where No, I went Luffy. Because I was thinking the exact same thing, that, you know, it's all about making it awkward for him, right? So he goes 6. I have a 1k, which is perfect. He can go 6 again. And I have a 2k again. Not better to hit Luffy again first before Sanji? No, because then he can counter the Sanji hit as well, right? And then it's awful for me, if he could. If I attack the Luffy first and then the Sanji, then he can just counter the Sanji hit. And then it's awful for me. Because here I could take Giant or Zoro, and I really need to think here, right? Because, like, development-wise, Zoro will make it more likely I can kill him next turn. But Giant will make it guaranteed that I can survive. So it's about, like, whatever you think is the best decision, basically. But there's an argument for both. So I go 5, I go 7, I go 8. I go 6 there, and then I go like whatever. Like, it doesn't actually matter. As you see, he had Morgan trigger again. You see? His 5th life was Morgan again. So if I attacked at the start, I would have lost. That one turn I was thinking of attacking life, I would have lost the pudding. Now he buffs. He attacks. And because he attacks 8, he attacks 7 first, which is... It's good. And here I Giant and I throw the Bagua. And I'm not sure actually if that's correct. Or if it's better. Why did he not play Buggy into Luffy Boa? When the event hit the Luffy. I don't know. But I mean, now he has 3 Kongosaki and I know 2 of them. Right, so what I'm thinking here is I can Green Zoro and kill. But here I make a small mistake. Because here I attack and now I commit Dawns into the pudding, and then I now want to Nami. And I think here is, if I Nami it first, I would have taken the Green Zoro and I would have killed the Buggy too. And if I kill this Buggy as well, then I don't have to worry about him attacking multiple times, right? But anyway, here I'm gonna attack face. So I think I'm gonna go 6 and then 7. I'm like just hoping I get the event here. I want to get some of his Honkorosaki out, right? I only need one open dawn, so I think putting him at 1 here matters a lot. So that's why I think I go 9. Oh yeah. I think I was thinking of going 9. No, I was thinking of going 9, but then I remembered that he doesn't play Radical Beam in his deck because it's open deck list. So then I went God damn. Then I went the 8 because it's 2 cards, yeah. So now he hits, and now I'm in this spot. I went 8, yeah. Because he doesn't play Radical Beam, right? So 8 is really good. So I go 8 and he's thinking. And he takes. And I know he has two Conqueror's Hakis in hand and 2 Armament Hakis, right? But I know one of them is a brick. So I have to think now. So I go 5. I go 8 and he conquers Hakis. And now I need to think, right? Because I can go. I know one of them is a brick. I know the Mulligan. Okay, he searched the Mulligan. So I know there is 4 cards in hand. And if I leader effect here, I -2, right? I get a Dawn from the pudding. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dawn plus 5, it's 13. And guys, I know he doesn't play Radical Beam in hand. Right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dawn plus 5. My leader is 5k, right? Because I'm -1. So that's 13. So actually, he needs to have exactly both the last Hakis and 2 2k counters in hand to survive here. So I go for it, right? I have to. It's too good. And in the chat here, people were saying, "Oh my god, he missed lethal because he could Deadman's Game the Dawns." No, guys. If I Deadman's Game, I tap for Dawn. Then I leader effect and I get 2 back. +1 with the pudding. I tap 2 of his Dawn, so he loses 1 of the Conqueror's Haki, right? But then I lose 2 Dawn for him to lose 1 minus. It makes no sense. Like playing Deadman's Game here it's awful. Oh yes. It's sorry. It's +1 with 0, so it's 14. Yeah, you're right. So he needs to have Haki 2k. So I lose 2k power, he loses 1k power. So why would I ever do that? Right? It's just better to just leader effect. So I attack with 0 first. I get the Dawn. Then I leader effect. And I attack 14. And the only way I lose, because I know these 2 are armament Hakis, is if his last card is exactly the 4th Conqueror's Haki. So I mean, it's a no-brainer, right, to go for it here. And of course, he has it. So he survives exactly. Because it's 14 into 13, but I'm at 12 because it's double Conqueror's Haki. And I lose. And now it's 3-3. And I mean, this game was as close as it gets, right? Like, this game does not get closer than this. And now we're up for game 4. And this game is like the one that wins, right? So this is like for all the marbles, basically. And I'm second. And I search 2K. I don't think I take the giant this early. I never take giants early in this matchup. But I always take Green Zoro. Yeah, and I take the first hit, of course. He plays Sanji. I play Green Zoro. I kill the Sanji. Very, very, like, basic game, but my hand is very good. You know? And I don't know this at this point, but his hand is full of events, right? So if I kill these 2 characters here, I'm chilling. Right? He has nothing to play, but I don't know this. I don't know his hand. So, but here, what do you guys think? Do you trigger this Bagua or not? Okay, while I'm waiting for some answers, trigger or no trigger in the chat. Oleo, thanks for the follow. Pufiane, thanks for the follow. Achuro, thanks for the follow. Mesere, thanks for the follow. It's Zix, thanks for the follow. Yes. Based on this board state, yes. No. If you want first, the 6k instead of pudding, you use 2 dons and you can leader effect attack for 5. I don't think you need to. Yes, I do not trigger this. Why? Because my plays are already mapped for the rest of this. I'm going to play pudding, I'm going to leader effect, I'm going to play Green Zoro, and I'm going to kill this. Like, having an extra don here does not do anything. It actually makes it so I don't draw with pudding the turn after. And I lose the Bagua from hand. So, it's not good. Don't do it. Don't trigger it in this case. So overall, this game looks good. And I'm just thinking here, maybe he doesn't have Molgan, but he has Molgan. But I have a second pudding, which is perfect. And I go Sanji, pudding, leader effect, and I'm hoping to hit a 4 cost here. Like Zorojuro would be perfect. And I think I take the Zorojuro here. There is an argument to take the giant. It's really good when you're first, yes. And when you go second, it's really good if it's the first life. So if you go from 2 dawn, if you go to 5 instead of 4, then it's really good. Yeah. So I really need to think here because I bottomed 1 giant already, right? So if I let this go, it's very likely I won't see a giant for the next like search or 2. Even though Juro is better, but like Juro also puts me 5 cards deep, right? So there is an argument for both here. But I take the giant. I go for the safe route. And here I attack. And this is the first game that I risked. I risked a Molgan trigger. And I was saying this here. This is the only moment, the only game where I'm hoping there is no Molgan in life. Here I go pudding and I think I take the pudding just because I want to have a play next turn. And I set up the counter. And if you see here, I set up, yeah. Yeah, because I felt like the way this game is going to go, I actually have to kill him. Like, I felt like the way this game is going to go, based on my hand, I'm going to have to rush Luffy, kill him. Because I was like, okay, he's going to untap, he's going to search, he's going to Mulligan my pudding, and I'm in the same spot next turn. Because you have to understand, right? I don't have infinite like value. Because now he goes 5, I have to let it go, right? Because I don't have counter. Or, well, I'm very low on counter here. So I need to make conscious decisions whether I'm protecting this Zoro. You know? And I don't know he doesn't have Mulligan here. And of course, he doesn't. But he searches and he hits the Mulligan. Again. So I'm in the same spot now that I was last turn, but worse, right? So this game looks like I'm gonna have to kill him. Like this is not a game where I sit back. And here, it's where I was a bit upset with myself. Because what I should have done is, because he was here, before I attack with the Zoro, I should event search first. But what I was thinking, my greedy self, was that if I attack 5 and it takes, I would go 6 and 7 life and set up lethal. No, but the first time was good, actually. The first time was good. Because the first time, I would have my decision of searching would be different depending on the response. The first time I did it was good. I wanted to search after. Because depending on if he lets it go or not, I would search a different thing. That's the difference. The first time. Now, there is no reason not to search first. Well, there was a reason, but it wasn't my reason was to, if he takes the 5, I'm gonna rush Luffy him, right? But to be honest, I'm almost never playing rush Luffy here anyway. So I go 5 and then I search. But of course, if I search first and hit the... Yes, so I had to search first here, because then I would have taken the Green Zoro and killed the Luffy, right? And then this game could go longer. No, the Luffy puts a lot of pressure, for sure. So I pass with 4 don't open because I have Bagua. And like basically here, as long as he doesn't have a, like in my thoughts, as long as he doesn't have the 3rd Mulligan, I'm fine. And he searches and hits the 3rd fucking Mulligan. And I'm like, okay, I mean, sure. Because you have to understand, right? From my point of view, every turn of this game started with him playing one searcher. And that searcher always hit the Mulligan, right? That's how this game looked from my point of view. Let's say you go Luffy that turn. Yeah, it would be way better. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that I'm dead. I'm not dead. Guys, I played 7 games with this guy. I already know how he plays. He's never gonna go for game. He would search Mulligan and pop my pudding. So playing Rush Luffy there was not bad, guys. So now I play pudding. And I attack into the Luffy because I'm only trying to get cards from his hand. And I go rush Luffy. Okay? 7 life. Because I'm trying to get the Conqueror's Haki out of his hand. He takes. And then I pass. Isn't that more playing that the player than the game? How is that? So, when you play against somebody, don't you respect they will play properly? It is not correct to go for game there. Because obviously, I would not tap out and leave myself dead. Right? Because if he goes for game there and I have the counter, he loses. Or if my life is counter, which you don't know. Right? There is a chance I wasn't dead there. Because there is a chance he goes 10, 10, 11, 10, 10, 10, and my last life is a 2k and I survive. Right? Like, he doesn't know, guys. It's very easy from your point of view, watching with fully formation. Of course, he'll go for game. But I have 2 lives. I have 2 lives and 6 cards in hand. And I just tapped out with the Rush Luffy. Obviously, you don't just throw everything in live and hope they don't have counter, right? Like, Impact is a very good player. Like, he knows like how to like do risk management. No, I'm telling this to Dan. I'm telling this to Dan, not you. So now I have a choice, right? So I can giant, or I can Deadman's Game, right? The thing is, I'm already calculating that even if he has Zoro in hand, I can't really die unless the giant draws exactly 2 bricks and my life is a brick, right? So he goes 6 here, and I think I giant the giant. Oh no, not Deadman's Game. Okay. I think there is an argument to using giant on the giant here first, and then leaving the Deadman's Game after. Because now I'm thinking, right? And I actually do a play here that's interesting, which is I take the risk and I say, if my giant draws nothing and he has exactly double Zoro, I'm dead, right? Or if the life is not a brick. But in this way, I get to keep my Luffy. And Impact does an interesting play here, right? It boosts the Zoro and attacks the Luffy, which makes him to, in his point of view, guaranteed that he's alive, right? Because like, look at this spot. He has 3 Conqueror's Haki. I can never win. I can never win. Right? How would you attack here, chat? How do you attack here? You have 30 seconds. How would you attack here? 8. You choose peace? Okay. Then 8 with pudding. Then what? They Conqueror's Haki 1k. What do you do? Yes? But Victini, stop! You watched it, bro. Holy shit, man. This guy, man. Anyway. So I go 8 because I know he doesn't play Radical Beam in his deck. Okay? So because I know he doesn't play Radical Beam in his deck, 8 always guarantees 2 cards. And it also means that one of the Conqueror's Haki goes away from my Luffy. Because the only way I lose is if he keeps all 3 Conqueror's Haki and he triple Hakis my Luffy and I lose, right? Because then the double attack gets like minus extra. So now you go Luffy. Like whether you go Dono lead attack and then Luffy is the same. Because he always takes one of the hits, right? He never takes this 5 here. So he conquers the 5. And now I can go 9-9. Right? So 9 with Luffy into Conqueror's Haki and life. So if this life is a 2k counter, I lose. And it's a 1k. And as you see, in the end, the game finished 4-3. And overall, they were very good games. Very good games. And I made some mistakes. And he made some mistakes. But I think overall that was a great series. Like very, very cool to watch. Yeah, I actually enjoyed rewatching this, to be honest. I hope you guys enjoyed me reacting to this as well. And now you get to see my point of view to name what mistakes I did, right? So quickly, let me show you this. So I made a deck profile for the top 8 I got this weekend, okay? I would really appreciate if you guys would give me a follow or subscribe at YouTube, because I post a lot more often. I will post this reaction as well on YouTube so that people that missed it in the stream today will do. But this was the list that I played on stream, and yeah, it's really late. It's really late, so I will end the stream. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody for the support. Yeah, last thing is the MetaFi guide. I've been getting a lot of support, especially after the double top 8. Thank you very much for all the support on the guide. This is the GP Luffy guide. Please consider giving it a chance. And if you enjoyed what you see, please consider giving me a follow on Twitch, on X, or whatever that is. And I will update this guide with feedback on how much experience I got from the tournament in Lyon. And the update would happen either tomorrow or the day after. Also, something very important, it's my birthday today. No joke. I am becoming 29 years old. Since an hour now. 14th of October is actually my birthday. So, thank you. And tomorrow, I am gonna miss a good part of the. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm gonna miss like some part of the Chinois Cup, because I will be out eating with some friends. If you don't see me tomorrow at the cup, then you know why. Thank you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it. They're taking me to like a surprise. They're taking me to like a surprise restaurant. So that's nice. Yes, I'm 29 now. I'm almost as old as Ruben is. So I appreciate everybody for the support. I hope I can keep doing this, even though I still work 40 hours a week. And I can't do this without your support. So it's all love. And I hope you know all the comments I do is because I try to help everybody get better. And nothing is personal. And it's just how I am. I'm just very honest and very open. I will be in Germany this weekend. So if you're in Germany and you want to come say hi, feel free to come say hi. Other than that, I'm going to go sleep. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah? Enjoy the rest of your evening or day, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you guys. Ciao. Thank you.